Good evening. You're listening to Myth and Mist, your one-stop podcast for thrillers, killers, and chillers of the Pacific Northwest. I'm Genevieve.
I'm Haley.
Thank you for tuning in tonight.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
This is going to be a good one.
This is going to be a hell of an episode.
Actually, this is going to be a really fun episode because...
diggity. That's true.
This is coming out the Monday before Valentine's Day, so this is going to be our hot and steamy
This is
Valentine's
going to be
episode.
our lascivious Valentine's Day episode. I'm only going to say this once because this is not what people want to listen to when they listen to this podcast. They want to listen to true crime and scary stories, and if they don't want to hear current events but you know,
okay.
They want to listen. If they wanted that, they would listen to a current events podcast, or you know. But fuck ICE.
Fuck ICE. If you support ICE, this is not the podcast for you.
If you support ICE, you should just not exist.
Yeah. I have been compiling local organization. If you're local to Portland, I've been compiling local organizations that need help right now, whether that's time or resources. So if you would like that list, please message us and I'll send it to you. Or if you have organizations that you that I should add to the list, please share those with me. I like having that handy.
Absolutely. Good resources. And yeah, that being said, I felt like just needed to address it because everything is fuck ICE, because everything is so horrible. But now it's disassociation time. So let's all settle in. Take a big collective deep breath.
Do you have any Valentine's Day plans?
I think I'm working.
Okay. Do you have like Valentine's Day traditions?
No, not really. Daniel always gets me a flower.
Yeah.
Of some sort of flower, and usually like a chocolate bar.
Sweet.
And then we just do like the normal stuff that we do every night, which is watch movies and hang out.
It's great.
Enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this year I'm going to make him a mixtape.
Cute.
Because that's fun.
I love that.
I haven't made one in a while.
That's such a sweet gift.
Yeah, that's nice. I like making the playlists.
Yeah.
So cute.
Aww.
And you?
Not really. I don't think we really do much Valentine's Day. I think last year we made Jordan has a pizza oven and he makes pizza a lot, and I think it's what we did last year.
Did you make a heart-shaped pizza like Papa Murphy?
Maybe. I really don't remember.
You should make one this year.
Yeah.
Heart-shaped pizza.
What we'll do this year, Jordan. Heart-shaped pizza.
Jordan, you're making a heart-shaped pizza.
Honestly, I think that is what he did last year.
For Haley.
Yeah, for me.
If you're listening, which you are, because you're editing this.
He listens to
if you're listening,
all.
which you are, you're making your wife a heart-shaped pizza.
It's the only one that listens to them all.
Oh, and real quick at the top, I'm sure all two of our listeners have noticed that we kind of changed up our format from what we had been doing. So initially it was very scripted, story-based, like storytelling style with just uninterrupted story, one right after the other, and then discussion. And now we're kind of taking it in a little bit more free form, and kind of discussing each other's topics as we go. And
a little more conversational. A
little more room for improvising whatever we feel like saying if we come up with something that's clever, funny, which sometimes we do.
Okay.
Yeah. Less editing, too, for Jordan.
Yeah.
So.
But in turn, because he had to do less editing, we decided to have him start setting up all these crazy lights and the camera. So
it's really the same
Jordan.
amount of work, but just different. Thank you, Jordan. So if you feel strongly one way or the other about if you really preferred the old format where it's just like much more straightforward storytelling and you don't like it, you don't like us. you don't like it when we talk or say
That's
things
fair.
outside of the story. That's fine. Let us know. I would love some constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Would love to know what you guys think. Would love a comment of any kind, positive, negative, whatever. Say something. Let us know. Yeah. Or if you don't give a shit, that's fine. We're going to keep doing it this way for now because that's what we decided.
Yeah.
So
I like
unless someone steps up and says, I object, we're doing this for now. So this episode is airing on the 9th of February.
Mm-hmm.
So February 9th, 2004. On February 9, 2004, Maura Murray, a 21-year-old nursing student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, disappeared after a single vehicle crash on Route 112 near Woodsville.
Where's Woodsville?
Haverhill, New Hampshire.
Okay. I'm not very funny enough. I don't know a lot about true crime, so I've never heard of this person. So.
Well, this is a case that infuriates and baffles everybody that listens to true crime because there's no resolution.
Mm-hmm.
No one can figure out what happened to Maura. She's never been seen again.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I think I mentioned her when we did one of our first episodes where I talked about men going missing from their cars.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So classic. No one knows. So that was February 9th.
Yeah.
Wild. And she is still MIA.
What year? 2024?
2004.
2004.
2004.
Shit. Okay.
So she's been missing over 20 years.
It's so sad with that.
Unless she wanted to go missing and not be found, in which case, get it.
In which case, hi.
In which case, slay, queen. You're gone. You did it. If it's not the case, I'm sorry. That's a bummer. It'd be nice to know either way. That's a really weird, considering especially the resources that we have at our disposal now, that there's hasn't been any developments. So anyway, that is our event of the date. So there it is.
I love that.
Do you have anything else? I don't think I do.
I don't think so. Let's get into the romance.
Let's get into this. Let's get into this guy. This is a weird and brutal story. Trigger warnings. There is a lot of mutilation talk. I'm not going to get gratuitous because, but it is important to kind of understand how it ties into the rest of the case, to mention at least a couple of things that are a little bit more graphic. So, trigger warning there. If you have a hard time with that, I think death of an unborn baby as well, if that's a trigger warning. It's a bummer story. Very weird. That's all I have, I think. So if you don't want to hear about either of those things, skip ahead to Haley's story. All right, let's set the scene. For this case, I am taking you to Scappoose, Oregon.
Scappoose.
Which, as you know, is in Columbia County. It's not far at all from where we live. It's about 30 miles north of Portland and has a population of approximately 9,000 people.
Has Jordan's favorite Mexican restaurant burrito.
Oh, no shit. Do you remember what it's called?
Nope.
Damn it, we can't plug the burrito
Jordan-
place. How will all both of
Jordan,
our listeners
put-
know where to eat
put it-
burritos in Scappoose?
Put it right here. In editing.
Ding. And we can tap with our nails.
I don't think that's how that works, but maybe.
Pretend it's solid and you can hear our nails. Okay. All right. At the head of this story, we have Trooper Ronald Rooker. The date is Sunday, February 14th, 1982. Valentine's Day.
1982?
1982.
Okay.
It was common for Rooker to patrol U.S. Highway 30 as part of his normal route. So he was essentially the guy that would pull you over for speeding, tailgating, whatever. Pretty boring job. It's a normal night for him this Valentine's Day. He's out on patrol. It's not late yet, but it was a particularly rainy night, so the sky was a little bit more overcast than usual, and it got dark really early. So we're in the early evening. In the evening hours. And Rooker is driving south on Highway 30, which I'm sure we've all driven on. He's driving towards Scappoose, and through the dark and the rain, he thinks he can see kind of the faint outline of two figures on a hillside that he's approaching. Again, it's dark, it's wet. He isn't exactly sure what he's seeing, so he pulls a U-turn, he turns around and drives back to get a better look. He pulls off to the side of the road, puts his hazards on, parks, gets out of his car, got the flashlight in hand. You know how the cops walk up with the flashlight and they're like, ugh. And he starts walking towards what he thought to be the human-shaped things that he had seen. So he gets a little closer and approaches the first figure, but he realizes that it's not a person. It's like a large camping backpack. It's a gold backpack with a jacket kind of draped over the top of it. And he thought that the backpack might have like some stains on it. But again, it's really dark and he doesn't know how long it's been sitting there. So he's like, okay, whatever. He's not really sure what he's seeing. He's like, it's a backpack. Okay, whatever. So he continues up the hill a little bit towards the other figure. And once again, he realizes it's not a person either. It's another backpack. Big green camping backpack. There's a kind of a pile of clothes next to it. Like there's another jacket and I think like a beanie. So now he's right at the entrance of Columbia Memorial Gardens, which is a cemetery. It's dark, it's raining, and he's finding weird discarded backpacks.
Spooky.
So he's like, what the fuck is happening? Okay. He's wondering who this stuff belongs to, what it's doing out here, what's going on, when off in the distance he hears what he's pretty sure is a human voice. So now he's like fully curious. Jesus Christ. Curious. This sounds kind of like a STI. Curious.
Hilarious.
So now he's fully curious. He's hyper alert. And he starts walking into the cemetery towards the voice.
Sounds paranormal.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like the setup.
A little spooky, scary. So to get into the cemetery, he essentially has to hike up an embankment. So he's climbing up. He's slipping and sliding because it's been raining all day. So the ground is soft. It's muddy. His boots are sinking in. He's falling on his ass. It's a mess. But he makes it up. And as he gets closer, he realizes that, yes, this is definitely a person that he's hearing. So he lowers the beam of his flashlight so that no one will see him. It's a smart cop. And he follows the voice. He's going towards the voice. As he gets closer, he can hear that it's definitely a man's voice. So he's like, okay. And they're not talking loudly. but he's hearing the same sounds repeating over and over. He still can't make out any of the words, but he can tell that what's being said is like either the same phrase or sentence over and over again. It's like repeated sounds. So he gets a little closer, and now he can see a figure kneeling over what looks like another figure.
Oh, shit.
On their back, on the ground.
Oh.
And at this point, he can hear the person kneeling on the other person saying, "It's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay." Over and over and over. So he's not sure if the guy is talking to himself or if he's talking to the person on their back. Like maybe they're having some kind of medical emergency and he's trying to revive them. So he gets closer. So now he's right up on them, like 10 feet away. And he slowly raises the flashlight. And what he sees...
You're setting this up so well. I'm getting so nervous.
I'm going to tell you, you should be.
Oh, God.
Because he sees what sounds like must have been a fucking nightmare.
Oh, no.
So he sees that figure kneeling is a young man straddling another person, and he's pushing his thumbs into their eye sockets.
Oh, God, no.
And rotating them until one of the eyeballs
no.
pops out.
No.
Yes. He said it looked like he was trying to dig the eyes out of the person he was on top of. So the trooper knows immediately that whoever the person is on the ground, they're no longer living, because if they were alive, they would be screaming in agony. So he immediately knows they're dead.
Ugh.
So he calmly addresses this guy. He doesn't draw on him because it's a white guy. So he doesn't draw on him. But he does show him that he has a gun on his holster. I don't know what was said, like what kind of exchange was between them, but the trooper was seemingly pretty diplomatic. He had no idea what kind of mental state, obviously, this guy is in, but likely not great, considering what he found him doing.
Yeah.
He somehow manages to persuade the guy to get off of the person, the dead person, and come with him to his car. So he puts the handcuffs on him, leads him back towards his patrol car. I guess at some point the guy does kind of try to resist, but trooper reminds him, like, hey, you've committed a violent offense. I have a gun. You need to chill out. And he does. So Rooker gets him into the car. He notes that this guy is very young, like late teens, early 20s. He's covered in blood, head to toe. He's not wearing any shoes. And he looks like shit. So he calls for backup. Police race down to the scene, and as he's waiting for them, he decides to walk back up to the embankment and see what's going on with this victim. So he approaches them and sees that they're a young woman with dark hair. She's absolutely covered in blood. Her body is mutilated. Her back and shoulders were flat on the ground, but her legs were bent. So
this is the person whose eyeballs were...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Her back and shoulders were flat on the ground, but her legs were bent so that the bottoms of her feet were flat on the ground, but her knees were like pointed up. Her jeans and underwear were pulled down, and at this point, I'm sorry. This is really bad. At this point, he noted that she had been penetrated by what looked like pieces of fishing pole.
Oh my God.
Really bad. Her wrists and legs were bound. Her wrists were bound in such a way that they were connected to a slip knot that was around her neck. So if she tried to struggle, the slip knot would pull and she would suffocate. So it was like a pretty elaborate sort of bondage knot that he had done. She had multiple wounds to her abdomen and face and burns to her genitals, which I think they discovered later. Obviously, he wasn't
Holy
like
shit.
getting too close because he didn't want to contaminate the crime scene, but that was found later. She also had 2 large nails in her buttocks and a metal spike in her pelvis.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is a rough one.
Yeah.
I don't think they're all rough. They're all rough. They're all rough. But
they're
holy
all
shit.
rough. But
Yeah.
this is like, yeah.
This isn't even the one you warned me about.
This is not the one I warned you about. I know. Yeah. I was like, my second story is really hard. This is the first story. So, it was also determined pretty early on, like visual inspection, that she had been pregnant and very pregnant. And they later did discern that she was in her 3rd trimester. So she was about 8.5 months pregnant.
Fuck.
Yeah. Like she was due anytime. Columbia County District Attorney would later say that the crime scene was the worst he'd ever seen. And I have a quote from him. The victim was 8.5 months pregnant. There were these 10-penny spikes used for construction jabbed into her abdomen all the way in there. The spikes were 8 or 9 inches long. Her eyes were gouged out way down deep into the sinuses, and her nose was practically cut off. Just about everything you could do to a person, he did. So, that is the state that she's found in. Eventually, Oregon State Police arrived on the scene. In addition to Columbia County District Attorney Martin Sells and his chief investigator Dalton Derrick. The lead investigator assigned to the case was a trooper named Michael Roberg. He worked in Columbia City Office Branch of the Oregon State Police. Sorry, no, it's a lot of names to throw at you. The crime scene was photographed, and they took a lot of photographs of the suspect because there was so much evidence on him at the time of his arrest. Just like physical, just blood, and they took pictures of spatter on his face, and then he also had these circular shaped wounds on his palms that they photographed that at first they had no idea what they were or how he'd gotten them, and they later found out that it was from pressing the spikes into her.
God.
Which he did barehanded, I guess. They took his clothing, like, on the spot, like, as evidence. Basically, we're just like, get naked, give us your clothes. Like, we need to take this before anything gets contaminated. And he was transported to a local hospital where they took blood and urine samples to figure out what the fuck he was on, if anything. Even though it was pretty obvious from what they'd seen already that it was premeditated murder, not like a crime of passion from drugs, but they were like, we got to figure out is he just so mentally unstable that he did this, or is there something else? Like, do we need to worry about him going into a drug, whatever.
Yeah.
So after that, he was assessed at the hospital. He was booked at Columbia County Jail in St. Helens, where he was identified as 20-year-old Delmar Anholt, and the victim was his 19-year-old girlfriend, Tara Lee McCarthy.
Oh, so it was his child, too?
Well.
Oh, we'll get there.
That was a very touchy subject for old Delmar. We'll get into it.
Also 19-year-old, you said?
19-year-old. 19 and 20. It's babies.
Yeah.
It was, of course, very difficult to find much information on either of them. Like, prior to the murder, all of the information was either relating to or as a direct result of the murder, but I couldn't really find much of anything about their childhoods or their families, really. I pieced a little bit together from a few different articles that I read on, there was a good one on newspapers.com. They both lived in St. John's. Tara knew Delmar because they grew up in the same area and they had some family friends in common, and they both went to Roosevelt High School. She came from a bigger family. I think there were 4 or 5 children, and at some point her family decided to move away from the area, but she was adamant that no, she wanted to stay. She wanted to finish high school at Roosevelt High, where she was enrolled. So her parents were just like, okay, fine, you move in with the Anholts, which I think she was 15 at the time. I do find that a little weird because 15 would have made her like a freshman or a sophomore. So I could get her not wanting to leave if it was like last semester of her senior year or something. But I'm like, kind of just started. Like,
Yeah. Start over somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But she was one of 5 children, I guess. So maybe she wanted to stay, and it could have eased maybe some financial burden for them to have her move in with another family. I don't know. That's purely speculation. That's neither here nor there. But that's what she ended up doing. Delmar was described as kind of a shit. He went to Catholic school until the 7th grade, at which point he started to smoke a lot of weed, started smoking cigs, being a bad kid. He didn't do particularly well in school. It only got worse as he got older. So he also attended Roosevelt High School. He was in and out of trouble a lot. His grades sucked, and he ended up not graduating. Which, again, I'm not throwing shade. Who gives a shit? School is worthless for the most part, but just giving context.
Yeah.
Doing bad things in high school does not make someone a murderer, or else...
No. Being a bad kid when you're a kid doesn't make you a bad adult.
So, yeah. There were definitely some red flags for him early on at one point, and I couldn't find his age on this. Apparently, he threatened to kill his sister. Not very chill. He was placed in juvie for several months, so that's not great. And then there's also some allegations, which, whatever, of occult type shit, interest.
Like what?
Well, one article I read said that Delmar sacrificed a crow in some kind of ritual, but that could not be substantiated. It's possible it was just a rumor. This is also the 80s, though, so right around the beginning of Satanic Panic.
My first boyfriend tried to summon Satan in our basement.
Yeah, we all did that shit when we were like middle school freshmen.
Well, this guy was like 20, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same.
Well, what's his name?
His name's Corey.
Corey, that's a little sad, bud. 20's a little old to be doing that shit. Little old. Little bit old. It's okay.
She said it.
We'll give you a pass. So yeah, I don't know how much stock to really put in that. I figured I'd mention it because it was in multiple articles that I read, but I personally doubt that whatever curiosity or interest he had in whatever occult things in his teens influenced this horrific murder that he committed. Seems sensationalist to me, but whatever is in the article. So I was in 2 articles, so I figured I'd mention it. So after Tara moved in with the Anholts, obviously they're very similar in age. They're living together. They're young, horny kids. So they struck up a relationship. Again, I couldn't find ages, but she was 15 when she moved in and 19 when she was murdered. So she was with him the whole time. It's like a really long relationship for someone that young.
Yep.
At some point during the relationship, I'm not sure when, Delmar was convicted of a first-degree theft. I'm not sure what he stole or how old he was. None of my sources would say, but he was sentenced to Oregon Correctional Institute for 14 months. And during that time, Tara visited him often, even though she was going to school and also working full-time as a waitress. So she's very committed to this shithead.
Women always do so much.
So much for this fucking dick. This sucks. It was revealed that Delmar had gotten Tara pregnant 4 times.
4 times?
During their relationship, and every time he forced her to terminate the pregnancy.
Is it like a fetish of his?
I don't think so. I think he was just a moron who didn't know how to pull out properly. Like, I don't know. Maybe he dropped out of high school before he learned about what semen does. I don't fucking know.
Oh, God.
He's not a smart kid, obviously. But it's really sad. I mean, I'm obviously a huge fan of abortion rights and bodily autonomy, but in this case, it sounds like he didn't give her a choice. He just kind of made the decision for her, and she did what he said. And that's a huge amount of trauma to carry in your body at such a young age. I mean, at any age. An abortion it inflicts a lot of trauma on your body, but to have 3 abortions by the time you're 19 is so traumatic. I mean, Oof.
Yeah, I can
Especially if you're
imagine.
not even the one making the decision
Yeah.
to terminate. If someone's just like, go, get it taken care of. Like, poor thing.
Yeah.
Poor girl. So jumping back now to present day, or 1982, after Delmar was arrested. Some more gross stuff. Okay. The state medical examiner that performed Tara's autopsy determined that she was unfortunately alive for a lot of the torture that she endured. So her death was likely extremely painful and very scary for her. Her cause of death was determined to be asphyxia by strangulation as well. Sorry, this is rough. I said that she was penetrated by a fishing pole. That caused severe injuries to her uterus and liver. So that was a contributing factor as well. And it sounds like if he hadn't strangled her, those injuries would have been enough to kill her. So just a horrible, horrible, horrible way to go. And it was fairly obvious to them that he was targeting the baby as well.
Oh.
Yeah. Not good. When Delmar's blood tested positive for methamphetamines and amphetamines, no one was surprised, including me. I was like, yeah, could have seen that coming. So Delmar was charged with Tara's murder. He was indicted and examined by Dr. Hugh Gardner, who was a Medford, Oregon-based psychiatrist. He diagnosed Delmar with antisocial personality disorder, yup, and narcissistic personality disorder, yup, and said, quote, he held no value for human life other than his own. He also confirmed that the drugs Delmar was on at the time, quote, did not interfere with Anholt's ability to form the intent to commit the murder of Tara Lee McCarthy or anything else he wanted to do. So in other words, he knew what he was doing. He wanted to torture her. He wanted to kill her. And he wanted to do drugs. He didn't do drugs and then go on some kind of like drug-fueled rampage. He was going to do these things. He just wanted to be high while he did them. And he confessed. I mean, he made a full confession. He was pretty candid about, I mean, he was caught in the act. What's he going to say?
Yeah.
I didn't do it? Like, dude.
The fuck?
20 years old. Ridiculous. In the days leading up to the murder, I guess Delmar had an argument with his family regarding the status of some inheritance from his late father. He thought he wasn't getting enough or some bullshit. And then I guess he and Tara decided to take a trip down to his family's cabin in Long Beach, Washington, to get away from the city.
He had a cabin and an inheritance?
He had a cabin.
What a little bitch.
And an inheritance.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All the shitty ones always get a fucking cabin. I swear to God. He made some comments, too. Like, he was quoted in one of the articles that I read about being like, we wanted to get away from the whores in the slums of the city. Like, some real, like, Robert De Niro from Taxi Driver, like, rant type shit.
The slums of the city? Like the slums of Portland?
Yeah. Like, he's like, get back to nature and just hop on that free. Just, I don't know. Just
Shut
like
the
some
fuck up.
cheesy nonsense
Yeah.
where he was like, the city is dead. I'm like, well, okay, whatever. He's extremely unwell. So I think it was probably his decision to take the trip, but it really doesn't sound like Tara got much of a say in anything they did as a couple. It was pretty much just him being like, we're doing this. And she was like, okay. So they ended up hitchhiking down the coast with camping gear. They were going to camp, I guess. It seemed very like last minute. I think it's possible that at that point, like when they packed their camping gear and stuff, he was already planning on killing her.
Yeah.
And wanted to kind of get her out of town.
They didn't make it very far.
They didn't make it very far. No.
They didn't go on their trip. They made it as far as like down the road to Scappoose.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put in a lot of effort.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they didn't have a car, so they ended up hitchhiking down the coast with all this camping gear. And then I almost don't want to include this because it's so sad, but I read that one of the people that picked them up, his dog had just had puppies, and Tara was like, "Can I have a puppy?" And he gave her one, but I never found out what happened to the puppy.
That puppy.
It's probably
okay.
fine. I think
it's probably still living.
I think what happened to the puppy was after Tara was murdered, it ran and it hid under a big leaf, and an owl came and dried it with its wings, and a coyote came and took it in as part of its pack, and it's just probably still alive.
I have no doubt.
40 some odd years later. Yeah. That's what happened.
Hey, this was 40 years ago. I just said like 26. That doesn't make any sense. I'm bad at math.
The 80s were like 40 years ago. Over 40 years ago.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm 35.
No, I thought about that too. I was like, what?
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
We're old, dude.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so they're hitchhiking. That's why the 2 backpacks, that was like their camping shit. That's what the trooper found at the beginning of the story. So they got picked up a few times. They spent a little bit of time in a barn by the road to get dry, and then eventually walked up near the cemetery. Now this is where it gets stupid and weird. According to Delmar, it was in the cemetery that he suddenly got it in his head to kill Tara. I'm like, okay, you just decided. But he said he was looking at a mural of Jesus that was painted on the side of one of the mausoleums. And it's a mural of Jesus and a flock of sheep. And he said he was looking at it and something just clicked. He said he knew at that moment the baby she was carrying wasn't his, that it was the devil's seed. And he told her, he goes, "I'm going to kill you."
Always
so
Jesus.
I'm like, wait, so are you a Christian or are you an occultist? Because you can't be both. Like, which one is it, my guy? Like, are you pro-devil or are you anti-devil? Because you're sounding a little confused.
I think that's a lot of it. It's a lot of confusion with like ex-Christians that kind of lead to a lot of people.
And I get it because that shit is confusing. I can't imagine being raised in that shit. I probably would be I would probably be unwell. But I'm finding it a stretch that looking at
excuse me, I'm sorry.
Oh no. She's got the devil in her. She's got the devil's seed. Stand by. In this episode, Haley dies. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. We're having all kinds of problems. Okay.
All right, we're back.
I don't know. He's clearly very unwell. If he's telling the truth. If he actually looked at a mural of Jesus and was like, I gotta kill my girlfriend, and our baby, then he's clearly very, very unwell. And if that's not the case, then that's a stupid story that no one's gonna believe. So he tells her, "I'm gonna kill her." At which point, she took off running, but obviously she's almost 9 months pregnant, so she can't go very fast, and he immediately caught up with her.
Also, wait, why good point that she's almost 9 months pregnant. Why the fuck are they going on this long coastal
because
trip?
He said that's what we're doing. And she was like, okay.
Huh, okay.
I mean, she clearly, he had a lot of influence.
Yeah. No, I don't mean that as like a victim blaming thing at all. Just
like,
very.
Why would he? Yeah.
Just very curious
I
about that
want to
timing.
drag my 8.5 month girlfriend, 8.5 month pregnant girlfriend on a fucking hitchhiking road trip in the rain.
Yeah.
In winter in Oregon.
In February in Oregon.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Idiot.
Huh.
God. So he catches up with her, attacks her. I'm not going to go into that again because that's horrible. And y'all already know. So Dr. Gardner, who again is the psychiatrist that evaluated him before trial, calls bullshit on Delmar's claim that seeing this mural is when he decided to kill her. He says it was likely in his head way before they even left for the coast. He had all the supplies with him. He knew how to tie those very complicated knots. It really is unlikely that he made all of these decisions like on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Delmar also said his plan was to bury her in the cemetery, but he was interrupted by the trooper before he could dig a hole. That's what he said.
Scappoose isn't on the way to the coast from North Portland.
I'm like, I don't know what they were doing.
Right?
Well, if you took a really weird route, it might be.
Huh.
It's not direct. I don't know what he was doing. He's fucking goofy. At trial, Delmar's defense was, I mean, they didn't obviously have much because he clearly killed her. So they basically just claimed that he wasn't in his right mind because of the drugs he was on. And prosecution said that's bullshit. Dr. Gardner said that's bullshit. He knew exactly what he was doing. He made a full confession. He showed no remorse. If that had been the case, he would have been mortified by what he'd done once drugs were no longer in his system, but he didn't give a shit. Because Tara's baby was still in utero, even though she was very far along, they were not able to charge Delmar with 2 counts of murder. That was Oregon law at the time. But he was found guilty of the first-degree murder of Tara Lee McCarthy on May 11th, 1982, and he was sentenced to life in prison. Now, this is weird because I can't find where he's incarcerated. One source I read said that he's being held at the Oregon State Hospital, which is not a jail. It is a forensic psychiatric facility. But I don't know that that would make sense given his sentencing. So I don't know if maybe they sent him to jail and then after that they transferred him because it became clear that he really wasn't like mentally stable enough to be in that kind of a setting. I did find a random thread on Reddit where someone who claimed they were staff at OSH said they had to restrain Delmar at one point because he was attacking staff and patients at the hospital. And that was posted 2 years ago, so maybe he is there. Like I said, it is possible that he was sentenced to life in prison but was transferred to the hospital because of like underlying mental health issues that weren't diagnosed during his original sentencing because it was the 80s and no one gave a shit about mental illness back then, and still kind of don't, but there's at least more of an attempt now to...
Sure, yeah.
So there's a link to that in my sources as well, if you want to read the comment and see for yourself if it's legit, but that is the extremely brutal and depressing Valentine's Day murder of Tara Lee.
Was there ever a statement from her family? I can't imagine how they feel if they would have just taken her, like forced her to go with them.
I could not
when
find
they moved
any comment.
Damn. That's awful.
The only comment that I could find was from the trooper that ended up discovering her body, coroner's office, and the lead prosecutor, district attorney.
Yeah, that was a rough story.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. So, Valentine's Day.
So, as we've said before, we don't tell each other what our topics are really beforehand. And mine are so off. Well, off isn't the right word. Mine are so different in tone. Like this next one that I'm about to talk about is silly as fuck. And I feel like I need to do a separate episode after that. It's so inappropriate.
No, I think it's because we are talking about, I mean, I don't know. True crime is death, you know? I mean, you go into it knowing that someone's going to die. Some crime is going to happen.
You're right.
So I feel like my story is like the heavy meal that's like kind of a pain to digest.
Yeah.
And then your story is like the dessert.
Yeah. Well, do you want a nice little sexy sweet treat?
I do. I want a sweet reward for reading all that horrible stuff.
Well, you're in for one.
Let's go. Is it steamy? I'll take that as a yes.
It's a little steamy. A little steamy, a little silly. The following does contain sexual content. It is not for children.
Oh my God.
It does briefly mention non-consensual encounters, so trigger warning.
I don't think there's ever been a trigger warning in one of your stories before.
No.
I'm excited.
It's a light one.
Okay, let me have another sip of wine first.
Okay, get ready.
Okay, let me get in the mood. I spilled. I was trying to do like a funny cartoony sip. It just didn't work.
It's perfect. All right.
Now I got wine on my sock. What's up? Okay, hang on. God damn it.
90% of our show is just us giggling to the microphone.
And me crying.
Or it's really terrible things about crimes against women.
I don't know what happened. Now, like, every time I laugh, I cry. It's so weird.
Side effect of getting old.
I know. I'm like, is that what that is? So, like, after you have a baby, when you pee yourself all the time? I didn't have a baby.
You just turned,
why is it coming out my eyes, Haley?
You turn 30 and start crying.
Oh, God. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Wow me. Let's go.
Right. Spectrophilia is a fetish in which one is sexually attracted to ghosts or spirits. It is also used to refer to sexual interactions between humans and ghosts. People have been reporting sexual experiences with ghosts and other paranormal beings since the beginning of written history.
What?
Cases of spectrophilia go all the way back to the Mesopotamian civilization, circa 2400 BC, where the idea of a succubus and the incubus originated, although then they were known as the Lilitu and Lamia. I am probably pronouncing that wrong. Hang on, I need to get more comfortable.
Oh yeah, get comfy. Settle in. Lilitu and Lamia. Lilitu
and Lamia? Kind of like labia. Right. A succubus is a demon or evil spirit who takes on a female human form to seduce men and drain them of their semen or their energy.
Tight.
The succubus will appear in the dreams of men to seduce them because she needs their semen to survive.
Okay, that's kind of weird.
Conversely, an incubus is a demon that is said to take on the male form. The incubus appears in the dreams of women in order to seduce them into sex.
And get their squirt? Does he need squirt?
They do survive off of liquids as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I was joking.
No, that's the thing. But also with the objective of impregnating them.
Oh.
The results of this is the half-demon, half-human hybrid child known as a cambion, or a changeling.
Like in Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Sick.
Yeah. Historically, folklore belief in incubi was formed by common distressing nighttime phenomena such as wet dreams and sleep paralysis.
Oh. Okay.
Many godlike beings are also said to have been created by a human and incorporeal being. Can't forget about the belief that a virgin named Mary conceived a child with the Holy Spirit.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm,
she did get knocked up by a ghost.
Yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm.
Spectrophilia. You say it so many times.
Sounds
silly.
It's Spectrophilia.
Stories are also fairly common in modern pop culture. Dark fantasy is one of the most popular romance book genres. Various celebrities have also shared their true personal sexual encounters with ghosts, including Bobby Brown, Lucy Liu, Kesha, Joyce
Shut
Bayer.
up. Lucy Liu did not have sex with a ghost.
She did. She said it was good.
What?
Dan Aykroyd and Anna Nicole Smith.
Well, Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters, but did Dan Aykroyd in real life?
The article that I read said he did in real life.
Is that where that scene in the movie
I
came
don't know.
from?
I didn't. It's a good point.
I have to know.
Yeah, we'll look it up later.
Okay.
But yeah, Lucy Liu's encounter was the positive one.
She loved it.
She did. Yeah.
Good for her. Oh, yeah.
Many paranormal encounters with ghosts and spirits that include sexual encounters are often described as being non-consensual or unpleasant. However, in an interview with Cosmopolitan magazine, an intuitive psychic and witch named Patty Negri said, when it's a positive consensual experience, it feels amazing. Both men and women often say it's some of the best intimacy they've ever had, because it's not limited to the outer skin or the physical body. It's felt throughout the entire being, body, mind, and spirit. There's a full body energetic immersion that can feel blissful, euphoric, and profoundly connecting.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So, if you're listening to this and you're feeling jealous or horny, and you too want to seduce a ghost, I did the research. I found an article on BuzzFeed.
I'm always jealous and horny.
The following is how to seduce a ghost.
Stop it.
First, the guidelines.
Okay.
Know that it's real. Take it seriously. Be as goofy as you want. Have fun. But know that you really are inviting a real spirit from beyond in, and that you're opening up a real portal into other realms.
How can you take it seriously but be as goofy as possible?
Be as goofy as you want. Have fun, but still take it seriously. I don't know.
Okay. Well, all right, let's go.
Well, if you're having sex with somebody and you can still be goofy and take it seriously. Right?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Anyway, know your belief system and who you're going to call if you get scared. For example, are you going to call on God? Are you going to call on Buddha, the angels, your grandparents? You got to figure that out before
What about, like,
you get started.
my dog?
Maybe, yeah.
Help! Glue!
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Be in a good personal headspace. Make sure you're happy and in a good mood. Don't get scared. Fear will prevent it from happening altogether, or it's going to bring in the wrong kind of energy.
Okay. I'm just hearing a lot of contradictions
Hey,
in this.
BuzzFeed wrote this, okay?
It is BuzzFeed, so they're never wrong about anything.
They're not. I lost my place. Oh. Know that this is our realm of existence. They have to play by our rules, and they have power over you only if you give it to them.
Yeah.
And then have fun with it. Let go of any preconceptions of it being evil or bad. Keep it good, healthy, and fun. Those are the guidelines.
Okay.
And now the steps.
Ooh, hell yeah. Okay, the steps. Let's go.
So to start, prepare your space. You don't need, if you want, you can have candles, incense, mood lighting, sexy music. It says do not burn sage because that will keep the spirits away.
Okay, so you want it to be sexy, not banishing.
Yeah. You want to bring them in.
What kind of music would you play to seduce a ghost?
That's a great question. I don't know. What'd you play?
Sade.
Yeah. Jordan, insert that right now.
This is no ordinary love. This is perfect.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so you got that playing.
Yep. Let's go.
Next, you clearly define your space and you set its boundaries.
Okay.
You have to protect your space in whatever way works with your personal belief system. Start by doing some slow, deep breathing. Begin to visualize your ghostly lover, what they look like, what they feel like, etc. Ask the universe to send you a ghostly lover. Be very clear that you want it to be a positive, good, loving, and light lover. If that's what you want.
You're manifesting.
Yeah.
What if you want a greasy little ghostly lover that looks like Danny DeVito?
Hey, you are in your own fantasy.
Can you manifest that?
Softly add a chant to your deep breathing. Something short that you can repeat easily, such as, "Come to me, loving spirits." The most important step. Believe in what you are doing.
I thought you were going to say the most important step. Masturbate.
Yes. Well, that's next. That's the next step.
Is it?
Yeah. Hopefully by now you will start feeling different sensations. You may hear something, smell something, notice orbs of light. You may feel some pressure on the body, the feeling of a soft touch, or different forms of sexual stimulation. Throughout your encounter, communicate with the spirit. Make sure there's a mutual respect and that nothing is done or allowed that you are not happy with.
Oh, that's nice. You want to get everybody's consent.
Yeah.
I feel like this information should be posted on all incel forums, and maybe they'll fucking stop it.
Maybe. I feel like there's probably an overlap between incel forums and spectrophilia forums.
Probably. And hentai forums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's all over, thank the spirit. You can decide if you want to invite it back or not. And it's crucial that you close the veil or the portal that you opened. And that is how you bone a ghost.
So, are there just like portals of horny ghosts that just kind of like stand around and wait for you to be like, and then they're like, yeah, and then they like shimmy on out of there?
I don't know. If ghosts are real, if this is real,
if this is real,
who says they're not horny in the afterlife? And
yeah, but I'm saying
if they respect boundaries,
is there a separate portal? Is there a separate realm
portal,
for the horny ghosts?
I don't know. How do ghosts enter our realm anyway? Does it need to be separate?
I don't know. I'm just saying, are there ghosts that are like, nah, I'm good in one realm, and then ghosts that are like,
ghosts?
Yo, I want to fuck.
Yeah.
Like, those ghosts are like off over here.
I don't know.
Separate.
I imagine it's just like people in real life. Some of them are horny, some of them are not.
Maybe. But what if the portal opens up and the only ghosts that are nearby are not horny? And they're like, not into it, sorry.
Getting laid that night.
Then I guess you wasted a perfectly good stick of incense and
there's a
nightie from Goodwill, probably, which is what I would be wearing to beckon a ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Goodwill nightgown.
Hey, I
stick of incense from Spencer's Gifts. Little Sade.
Oh, what a night.
Glass of Charlie Shaw.
If anyone tries this, please let us know.
Yeah, don't steal my moves, though. It's my mojo.
Yeah.
It's my
You gotta try it first.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, I found a few stories on Reddit of people who have done this, and they're fun. They're interesting to read.
Do you have any of them?
I didn't save it. They're all like 2 cents. Like, they're all so short. Like, none of them really seemed worth sharing. But
the ghost fucked me. It
basically,
was nice. I loved it.
But on the paranormal subreddit, if you just look for ghost sex, you'll find some funny stuff.
Well, I know what I'm doing when I get home. Going down the horny ghost wormhole.
Yeah. It's a fun one.
Oh my god. Damn, now I feel like I need to try this.
I'll send you this.
And share. If we do that, though, are we cheating on our husbands?
I keep putting my face on this. I don't know. It's a good question. I think if it's for research purposes, no.
It's tax deductible. Just write it off.
Yeah. If it's tax deductible, it's not cheating.
Yeah, I want a specific. I want to have sex with a ghost that looks like Xena Warrior Princess.
If you can't see
Can I manifest that?
Probably. I was going to say, if you can't see the ghost, then it doesn't matter what they look like. They look like whatever you're picturing in your head.
Yeah, maybe they just have like a specific aura.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. It all makes so much sense.
So much.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, we'll get back to you we'll report back on this. And again, if you also try it, please.
If you've
share.
ever had a steamy encounter with a member of the deceased community, and I'm not talking about necrophilia.
No. Ghosts only.
Although that would be fascinating, but let's not. Just ghosts. If you've ever gotten a little freaky with the freaky deaky with a spirit, send us an email.
Please do.
And it better be X-rated or
Yes.
we're not reading it.
Nope. The steamier, the better.
The steamier, the better.
All right. Whose turn is it to read?
I think I ask you a question.
Okay. Hit me.
All right. Pick one. I don't like this one.
Okay, I'll get a different
Like neither of us are gonna know that one.
That's this one.
Okay. Who assassinated Robert F. Kennedy?
Oh.
A. Lee Harvey Oswald. B. Charles Manson. Definitely. C. Sirhan. Or D. Malcolm X. What the fuck?
Okay. Who is Sirhan? I don't know. Who's it?
Well, you know it's not Charles Manson or Malcolm X.
So A.
No.
It's not. So it's Sirhan.
It's Sirhan.
Who is that?
He assassinated Robert.
Okay, but like I hear that, but I've never heard that name in my life. How's it spelled? Sirhan. I don't know.
I was going to say Jackie Kennedy.
Oh, is that one of the conspiracies?
No, but
No.
it would be super dramatic.
Who was he though? Like in history, what's his deal?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Kennedy assassination,
I don't
honestly,
either.
because it's boring to me.
Yeah. I mean, I love a good conspiracy.
I love a conspiracy theory. I love the idea of it being an inside job, but ultimately I'm quite ignorant on the subjects of presidential assassinations.
Yeah,
And
same.
I don't know really anything about Kennedy outside of the Marilyn Monroe conspiracies.
I don't even know about that.
I could do a whole episode on those.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I like that TV show that's based off the Stephen King book, 11/22/63, I think is what it's called. The only thing I know about any of it is from that fictional
I haven't watched that.
show. I think it's good. I like the book and I read the book and seen the show, and I think they're both good.
Is it on?
Oh, I can't tell you what it's on. It's pretty old.
Maybe I'll look for it
Yeah.
when I'm done summoning my
Yeah.
spectral lover.
Do that first.
Yeah,
That's more
obviously, and then that'll be my come down.
Yeah, that'll be your cuddle.
My watching scene, like, do you
Your
know?
cuddle show.
You know, it's nice. Do you want to watch a movie?
Okay. Well, should we sign off?
We're signing off now.
Okay. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Good night.
This episode edited by 88.9.